Hey guys, and welcome to my video review of Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager Class Hound. Now, Hound was a really cool character in the movie. My major complaint with the character is that he wasn't the Hound that was from G1. He wasn't that cool, lovable character. In G1, Hound, he had cool stuff, like he could project holograms, and he was more of a stealthy recon type character, not really a warrior. And in fact, in G1, Hound loved humans. In the movie, he seemed to really hate them, which is unfortunate because this character is more suiting to maybe kind of like a mix between Bulkhead and Ironhide as opposed to Hound. That doesn't mean that Hound wasn't a really cool character in the movie. He wasn't Hound, at least not the Hound that I really like. But, I mean, you can't always get what you want. But something I did get that I wanted was an awesome figure. And this, I really like this figure. He's a solid figure. This is probably, I don't know, maybe the third best figure, in my opinion. Maybe third or fourth. It's either this or Evasion Optimus for third or fourth. Just all of the Voyagers, aside from Galvatron, from the Age of Extinction line, are just awesome. They're fantastic figures. This guy included. I really love this thing. This is an awesome toy. So here in Hound's vehicle mode, I don't know what kind of vehicle this is supposed to be exactly. It's not a garbage truck, but it kind of looks like it. Maybe it's like a military transport thing. It's cool. It's big. It's green. And I just like it. It's got some cool paint apps. It's got the orange there. It's got a little bit of silver on the grill and bumper. Headlights a little bit more orange. It's got black Autobot logos, one there. There's little bits of molded detailing on the doors, like the little rivets. The rear view mirror, one of his guns popped off, that's okay. Smokestacks. Not a whole lot of molded detailing on the green plastic, but it's mainly the truck cab up here that has some decent one. As well as the guns, you can see there on the guns. Lots of little detailing worked in there. So let's go ahead and pop off the guns, just because there are a lot of them. There's this big gun, there's this little gun that popped off, there's this other one, and then these two even smaller guns right there, and he has a little knife right there, as well as two guns in there, which I'm going to pop those out as well. One there, and one there. So you've got your typical Voyager class size figure, and all of these accessories. Oh, so many. We're going to push those off to the side for now. Just for now. But he has a lot of them. We'll get to those in the robot mode because that's where they're far more important. So let's get some size comparison, actually. Let's get him next to Deluxe Class High Octane Bumblebee. So he's a typical Voyager. Bumblebee's kind of a small deluxe. I mean, he's probably, with his accessories on, he's a normal Voyager. With them off, he seems a little bit smaller. But, I mean, he's your typical movie-sized Voyager class. So, yeah. He doesn't scale well with the deluxes. He should be a lot bigger, maybe more like a leader class. But then in his robot mode, he'd be really out of scale. So it doesn't really work. It's one of those things where a big robot a big vehicle turns into a normal-sized robot, and a normal-sized robot turns into a small vehicle. It's some problems with the toy scaling, but as long as he's bigger than the deluxes, which he is, I'm okay with that. So he rolls. He's got the completely transparent windshield and windows. A little bit of kibble underneath. It's his waist there, and you can kind of see that those will be legs, just how they're so separated prominently. And underneath there's the head, but that's hidden pretty well. But that is pretty much it for the vehicle mode, so let's jump right into the transformation. So to transform this guy, the first thing you want to do is separate right here. These will become the arms. I like to just separate this back area, and I take this and I flip it up. You fold this back like so, fold this up just like that. That will become his chest. And then, like just a second ago I showed, the head pops up. There's a little groove right there that tabs onto that tab. Just slides right into place. There you go. Then you take these parts that we separated, and you gotta bring it up because it pegs into the side of the vehicle mode. Just bring it up, just like that, and then rotate it up. Just clips into place. There's a little clip there, just goes right on. Same on this side, just like that. So there you have his what will be his shoulders in place. And then you unpeg that, bring it down, rotate. There's his arm. Same on this side. Untab, rotate, rotate, and there you have an arm. Then here on the back, you can just fold these wheels back to fill in that massive gap there. You can fit. I have fit my whole finger in there. It's pretty spacious. It's like a hot dog in a hallway. Yeah. And then right here, you bring his waist forwards, you bring it down, flip it up, goes right into place. And then his legs are pretty much done already, just flip the feet down. And there you have Hound in his robot mode. It's very simple, very simple transformation on this guy. Now before I get into his accessories and all of that, I'm going to go ahead and get the articulation out of the way because he has so many accessories they'll just fall off if I try to show the articulation after the fact. So his shoulders go out and in, forwards and backwards, rotate, bend at the elbow at 2 places, and then inside this soft rubbery plastic, which looked like a ammo for his chain gun, it actually can actually rotate. That's cool. It doesn't look like it would, but it does. So you can get some really good arm poses there. He's got a lot of articulation in his arms, at least. His head can rotate side to side, and that's really it. Waist can rotate 360. Legs can go out and in, forwards, backwards, bend at the knee, mid-thigh swivel, and then the toes have that little transformation swivel so he can kind of spread his legs to mark his territory in a minute. He can just, a little trickle comes out. So yeah, he is a hound. That's what he does, marks his territory. So yeah, that's his articulation. Size comparison, let me get that in here as well. Here he is next to Voyager Evasion Mode Optimus and Deluxe Class Drift. Just push him back a little bit and angle this up. There you can see. There he is next to his Autobot teammates. He's much taller than Drift. In the movie, they're a little bit closer in height, just a little bit, but he is taller. And then compared to Optimus, he should be like, I think in the movie he was right underneath his height. Like they were very close in size. So he scales okay, but not fantastic. Not fantastic. But that's mainly a lot of the just his size being slightly off is due to all of the accessories that he has, which I will go over. I might not attach all of them to the figure just because there are so many of them, but I will go over each and every one right now. You have this one big chain gun, so it was like this on the side of his vehicles. So you fold it down, push that in, and bring this back. You can kind of get him to have it underslung. It's kind of difficult to get that. I usually just have him hold it like this. Yeah, it's big. It gets in the way sometimes, but there is an alternative place you can store it. You can just put it right here in one of the pegs on his back, or peg holes on his back, and that gets it out of the way. So I'll leave that one there. Next up, you have his knife, and of course he can either hold that, or you can store it right here on his chest. There's a little hole there, and a little peg there on the back. So you can do that, and he can have his knife. Also, on top of that, he has 3 other pairs of weapons. The first one being these little, I guess they're shotgun-like in their design. I guess they're supposed to be shotgun-like. There are a few options you can do with these. You can either have them, dropped one. They can store on the side here, but mine don't really peg in well. So what I'll usually do is these are the ones I'll have him hold. So you just flip the handle down like that, and he can hold them, or you can bring in some of the other various weapons, and you can put them in there. It has a little hole in there. You can combine stuff, lots of different things. I mean, you can mix and match, and you can do lots of different things with the guns. I usually keep them all separate, though, but you do have those options. I'm going to go ahead and put one in his hand, and just set the other one right here for now. Then he has these smaller, which they don't look like pistols as much as like maybe grenade launchers or something. Again, he can hold them, or you can store them here on the side of his legs, the exact same place they stored in his vehicle mode. They just slide between those little grooves, and there you go. He can holster them there. And then the last of his guns, the last pair, are these two little pistols. Now your options for these, I like these, they look really cool. I like the way the pistols look, if we'll focus on them. Come on, you can focus? There you go. Lots of nice little detailing in these weapons, like this as well. If you can see that. Come on, focus. There we go. Just some good molded detailing in these weapons. It's a nice touch. At least he has good detailing. So these can either be put in his hand, as I said, or you can store them down here on the foot. They kind of just go in and slide into place. There's no exact way you're supposed to do it, I don't think. So trying to get it in there. It's kind of, sometimes it can be hard. It's a little fiddly. Alright, well it took a little bit of fiddling, but I got them stored in there. You can see the handles sticking out on both legs. They can store right in there. And I'm going to take the last gun and put that in his hand. And there you go. You got a Hound all armed up and ready to go. He has a lot of weapons, as I showed. He's got a ton. It's movie accurate in that sense. He had a ton of weapons. He's a one-man army. But like I said, G1 Hound was a loving, nice, stealthy, clever character, not a one-man brutish army. But hey, I like G1 Hound a lot more. Some people like this incarnation of Hound. And like I said, he was a good character in the movie, he just wasn't that Hound I loved. A very cool figure though. I do like that he has so many accessories because it gives you options. I like having options with a figure. I don't like having just one thing that you're stuck with. I like being able to change the guns around and just do a lot of different things with this guy. So I like that you are given that choice. Detailing and paint apps in the robot mode are decent. He's got some of that new bits of gold there, a little bit more orange and silver, a little red and silver there on the chest, silver on the legs, black, it looks like tires there on his feet. That's about it. A black Autobot logo there as well. It's very tiny, almost missed it. It's mainly the molded green plastic, which is fine because in the movie he was mostly green. He didn't have a whole lot of variety in his color. So yeah, but before we go, let me get a close-up so I can show off the detailing a little bit better. Okay, so as you can see there on his chest, he has some decent detailing in there. As well as just all on the legs and everything. He's got a good amount of molded detailing, and I like the way it looks. I really do. All that molded detailing and the plastic on the arms, it looks like the ammo. Just everything. His beard is in there. He's got his beard and the blue paint on his eyes, his helmet. I wish his helmet were removable, like it was in the movie, but sadly it is not. But really cool figure, really cool figure. Like I said, really outstanding figure in the line, just overall. He has a lot of cool features that many Transformers don't have anymore, mainly being all of the accessories. I really do enjoy that. So now there's the question, should you pick this guy up? I say yes. If you're looking for a fun figure with lots of options, accessories, some decent paint apps and detailing, nothing too special in that department, but just, a pretty fun, cool figure, especially if you like Hound from the movie, I highly recommend picking this guy. He's a solid Voyager class figure, and I like him. I really do. But that's it for Voyager Hound, so thank you very much for watching this review, and I will see you guys in the next one.